Hello, everyone. This is episode 144 of my podcast show, In the Know. This podcast is aimed at trying to guide people through the world with a variety of topics. Each season, there will be a particular group of topics to cover. Within these topics, I am asking questions and trying my best to answer these questions with my viewpoints of the world around me. The following episode introduction speech is for the topic of today. And that is, how do I go about prepping my meals toward my fitness training? In my lifting of weights as well as yourself, you'll quickly realize how important diet is when exercising. I used to eat fast food all the time, and it didn't help my body function the way in which I wanted it to function. And to think that the American populace does this every day. This is the reason nearly 75% of our country is overweight. I will give you an example, and that is my life. I received some tingling feeling in the bottom of my feet. As soon as I changed my diet, then I felt a lot better. And you will do the same once you prioritize your health. But how do you get people to see the outcomes of their lives in a better place? Because I know how it makes me feel. Putting clothes on, you can feel the grip of your arms and how it fits the body. Your jeans and pants will insinuate your lower body. So with all that has been said, let's go into the episode for today. Listen and share with your community of family and friends. Also, when you're listening on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe, as well as share with the community of people that are there also with you. Prepping your meals. When I first started going to the gym, I was eating healthy meals. But I was not prepping my food. I would just go to the gym and eat food on the go. But now, I go to the grocery store and make sure that I make my meals for the workouts that I will be performing. My favorite things that I like to prepare are ground beef and salmon. Rice is also another good meal to consume for me, as well as Goya beans. I've decided to even consume more mashed potatoes. Placing it inside of a container for the week is something most meal preppers do. For me, I don't prepare for the entire week like most preppers do. I will talk about this more in detail in a later section of this episode. This section is really about something much more simple that you can do to prepare. A true meal prepper goes a little further than even myself. But to go into the episode, what are some meals that we consume in our day starting early? Let's look at breakfast. This is known as the most important meal of the day. You start your day off right with maybe some cereal or even scrambled eggs with bacon or sausage. Milk is good for the person's bones, which contribute to thwarting illnesses and diseases such as osteoporosis and infections. Grits are also a good meal for one to consume early in the morning, in which you can add a little butter, and sugar. I briefly stated cereal, and when I say this, I mean cereal such as Raisin Bran or cornflakes without the sugars, and maybe some fruit added. Biscuits are another important breakfast food that goes great with other foods in the morning. What about the next meal that we consume generally during the day? And that is lunch. For these meals that take place in the middle of the day, we don't need to eat as much as breakfast meals, although there are people who eat more. Here's where people have a tendency to order out considering they're at work, while at lunch they grab something quick. For people who meal prep, you have already made something from home, and here's where you heat the food up in the microwave at lunch. So I would say cook some baked chicken breasts with cheese and broccoli, corn, and even rice. You could drink a protein shake, or to be on the safe side, drink some water. And if you have a career where you're not punching a clock, then you're looking at more of a full session for your exercising. Now let's observe the last portion of food for the day, and that is dinner. Your meals, as with the earlier meals, are going to be prepped for the evening. And this will be more of a hearty meal, which will be something that fills you up from all day of working. Now, when I say filled up, you truly don't eat to get full. That is just a saying because eating until you're full is actually not healthy. So you want to eat the meal that you prep for that evening. For instance, you could have some stir fry and rice. As for the beverage, water is always a good option. This is going to be a short passage that I'll be discussing, but the next one is a little longer, and that is the people who enjoy snacking throughout the day. I won't it won't be that big of a deal as long as the snacking is healthy. Really? You mean healthy snacking? That's right. You can snack healthy. Let's look at snacking. And so the people who enjoy snacking throughout the day, then this section is for you. If you want to snack, there are various foods that one can consume which are good for you, but something you can take in. Something like granola bars or a homemade snack like a snack roll. And what do I mean by snack roll? It means getting some tortilla flats, peanut butter, and bananas. Spread the peanut butter on the flats, then cut bananas and place them on the flats. Roll up the flat and have that as a snack for you to eat. Make sure you only make a few of these because they have a lot of calories in them. If you're someone trying to lose weight, they are not the best for you to eat. You could also go to GNC because they have plenty of snack bars that will supplement meals until you eat your portion of food for the time frame you plan. There are other snacks such as fruits and peanuts. That's right, fruit is a good snack and it's quite good for you. But don't overdo it because there are a lot of fruits which have sugars that aren't good for you either. As for peanuts, these are good to snack on and are a good source of protein. Yet it's not going to suit those of you with allergies for consuming them, so watch for that. Now let's go into the next section of this episode, which focuses on prepping programs that are available. Let's look at some prepping programs. I tried to meal prep, but I did not like the program for the diet I was seeking. Now, as for you, there are programs that you can order on the internet. In the year 2023, there were a number of meal plans that you could use that are popular, starting with the Hungry route, which is the number one related meal prep. The ups and downs are as such. Meals get repetitive, which is a con. The pros are catering to dietary restrictions, priced well, and get you groceries. You get about 6 to 12 meals per week for your consumption. It delivers to the 48 United States. The second is called Fresh and Lean, which is a program that I temporarily tried, but decided to move on. But nonetheless, the Fresh and Lean is pricey, as more of a con, while a pro is this program is good for keto and paleo diets. You can order in bulk and meals are ready to eat. It is a way more expensive than the Hungry route, but you get more meals per week. This meal prep program also delivers to all 50 states. Next is Bistro MD, which is a service aids in weight loss, and is a program with the pros and cons on their own. The only con is that the meal prep is too pricey, but the pros are that it was founded by a medical doctor, 3 meals a day option, and a custom diet plan. Bistro MD is about the same price as Fresh and Lean, with meals per week as close to the same number of meals per week. Let's look at ordering programs. As it pertains to ordering the programs that you'll be using, each of the previous programs I discussed have a website attached, and once on these sites, you can now customize your meals so that everything will be ready for delivery. A few other programs that are ready for order are Splendid Spoon, Sakara, Daily Harvest, Methodology, Blue Apron, Nutrisystem, Factor, HelloFresh, Cook Unity, Purple Carrot, Green Chef, Bistro, Sun Basket, Llama Meals, Thistle, Common Club, and Pete's Real Food. These various locations deliver to nearly every state in America. Now, if you're listening from outside the United States, you should check wherever you come from to see if they have meal prep programs. Now that we have observed all the preps, what about all the things that we take into our bodies that we shouldn't? What not to consume on a regular basis? I have been and continue to eat foods that are not the healthiest. Now, do I do this on the regular? Absolutely not. But I do have those days where I like to indulge in the foods that may not be the healthiest, yet they taste the best. For instance, I used to eat at McDonald's almost every day until I started to not feel too much good as a result. There was this tingling, like I said earlier, at the bottom of my feet, which went on with a shift in diet and a lack of exercise. As for you, make sure that you're not just shoving anything down your throat. Let's say you're gaining weight like me. then eating the fast foods every day won't help you. You have to pack on healthy weight, not just any greasy fat. Anything, another meal that people eat on the regular is chips and cookies throughout the day. This will quickly pack on the pounds, and on top of it, you will have long-term health problems. Now let's observe the last section, which is the continued usage once you've achieved the outcome. This is the ongoing usage of prepping could fluctuate once you have reached your goal. Now from here on out, it's all about sustaining. You might lessen your meal preps as you go along, and it does not take as much to sustain. Building yourself to a point is hard work. From here on out, there's a sustainability you need to keep yourself together. I'm currently still in the building stages, but some might see it as more as me where I need to be. Only I know my journey as you will as well. You can follow other people's program, yet someone else's program is still theirs. I would suggest you use this to create your own. And once you do have your own, there's nothing you can't do and continue to do. So with this show wrap up, while we have to ask the question, how do I go about prepping my meals? This episode really focuses on getting your meals prepped, which will contribute to your healthy gains or losses in weight. When eating healthy, the gains or losses tend to be slow. And that is a good thing because it will show in the definition of the body. When gaining, you will get that ripped appearance once you balance your meals out. But when losing weight, you don't want that extra skin hanging off. So your losses will and should be much slower. I hope you all learned something valuable from this episode. I hope you take what I have outlined for you to take with you and even share it with your friends. Now, if there's extensive knowledge you want to gain, then there are numerous fitness gurus on the internet, especially Instagram, who can show you how they did it. So good luck and Godspeed on your journey. Thanks for listening to In the Know, and I'll be bringing you another episode regarding fitness and wellness, and that is, what are some good supplements that you should take on your fitness journey?